is the great Farlight 84 Jetpack debate. So for me, I mean, you say your piece if you'd like, Creeper, and I can comment on that first, and then I can make my own point. But again, one of the exciting things about right now, for me, looking kind of objectively or whatever, is people are talking about Farlight. There's a lot of hype around Farlight right now. It's not great hype, but it's people are talking about it. I'm surprised it's not trending on Twitter. So this is what Creeper says here. They made the game unique, but I feel like if they remove them and do new movement correctly, it can actually be pretty good. I doubt they will. Well, here's the other thing. Great point. Um, at least you are. I thought you were going to go some other way with that, but at least you're being a little open to the idea of the next chapter of Farlight being without jetpacks. A lot of people hit that wall, and that's it for them. They say no jetpacks, it's not Farlight. Like literally, I thought you were going to make the argument that they made this game unique with the jetpacks. That's what made the game unique, and I've seen that argument fucking 100 times already. It was one of the things. It is one of the things until they remove it. It is one of the things that makes the game unique. No question about it. It's not the only thing that makes the game unique, and it's not the only. It's not the thing that I look forward to the most when playing the game. In some capacities, I very much do not look forward to Maggie's playing against a Maggie with all of her jetpacks in the game. And I understand Maggie's still going to have all those jetpack capabilities in the future, at least right now, but it's not the number one thing that I think makes the game unique, and it's not the number one thing that they've kind of, this is going to blend into my point, they've kind of already made the game about the jetpacks is one of the problems. We are so addicted to the jetpacks. We're so reliant on the jetpacks to do a lot of the things that we already know how to do and how to fucking dunk on noobs and stuff like that. But hey, Myrtle, I think one of my biggest concerns about the move is going to be if they just remove the jetpacks. Like, just imagine right now, no other changes. Boom, jetpacks are gone. How the hell are we supposed to get on top of the motel? How the hell are we supposed to get on top of the mall? There are no stairs. There's nothing. You can't parkour up there, as far as I know. I mean, there might be like one or two spots, and maybe that's what they want. They want there to be bottlenecks. I don't know. I'm just theorizing right now. But long story short, what I'm getting at here is I think for me, at least one compromise could be, and I didn't watch the video. I'm not a great representative of the game for doing that, but I'm gonna experience it, and I'll just know whether I like it or not. But if they added more jump pads and other movement ability things, that could potentially get us the same result without having a portable jetpack on our backs that we can use in gunfights as well as to get up into places that we can't get to. That is okay with me. That's more okay. The other thing is, for me, one of the first videos I ever made about Farlight was about the wild vehicles in this game. And that to me is one of the craziest things in this game. One of the things that makes it the most unique are all the vehicles that you can use and the vehicles that have weapons and all the different stuff. They're not all great. There's a whole spectrum. We could talk all about the vehicles, but um, yeah, there's just so much about this game that's unique, and so the vehicles are unique. And where I was going with this is I've seen some of the previews, at least some of the skill changes. For instance, Watchmen, the changes to Watchmen, especially as a at least part-time Watchmen main, the changes look very interesting, and it honestly makes Watchmen a lot more powerful, a lot more deadly, a lot more of a Watchman type of character versus what he is now, which is kind of just a little bit of everything. And that's the thing is some of the characters right now, I feel like because they have been working they've been massaging the game with the jetpacks. They're like, well, we can't do this option that we would love to do, because if we do that with jetpacks and they have orange jetpacks, they're going to be unstoppable. So we have to get rid of the jetpacks if we want to go this way with the game. And the jetpacks, as I've just described, is a small part, a big part, but a small part of what makes it unique as a game as a whole. And now it's going to be even more unique in other areas that we don't have right now with the loss of the jetpacks. And now, so that's one thing. That's one argument I would say. But um, the thing that I'm just realizing right now, something I think about all the time is people today got their first cell phone they've ever owned in their lives. Think about that. Every day there's somebody that's getting a new cell phone that's never held an iPhone before in their lives. They've never owned one, so they're getting it new. Think about the same thing, apply it to everything. There are going to be people in a month from now who are like, maybe I should try this Farlight thing that everyone's hating on or whatever. Maybe it's not that good. And they don't even know what jetpack life is, which, as we will start calling it, jetpack life. The OGs that have been around, and that's the thing is, it even as sad as it is, and it's going to be weird and all this different stuff. Change allows us to look back and be like, we were there, now we're here. When did you start? Oh, you started in season fucking whatever. I was a season 7er. Oh, you had jetpacks? Yeah, I was playing the game back when we had jetpacks. What they are doing is they are keeping the game fresh, if nothing else. PUBG is learning this lesson right now. I would say PUBG hasn't changed. PUBG Mobile, I'm talking about. PUBG Mobile hadn't changed in fucking 3 years. It was basically the same game over and over and over with little differences. I feel like now they're learning the lesson that from, honestly, Fortnite. Fortnite's always keeping the game fresh, always something new. Yeah, sometimes this season this specific weapon sucks or this vehicle is so overpowered or whatever, but they're always changing it. They're always trying to make it better. And if I was somebody who actually supported the idea, maybe on the dev team or whatever, I'm like, yay, jetpacks, we're going to remove them. And the entire Discord server right now is yelling at me. Basically, he's probably sending me death threats and stuff like that. Do you think I'm going to come out and say anything? Try to like massage it at all? No. The more people are angry and stuff, it doesn't help the situation. The best thing to do is, I mean, you vote with your dollars with everything. You don't like Walmart, don't shop at Walmart. It's the easiest way to hurt them. To hurt them is to not give them your business. So if you really really hate the devs for getting rid of this thing that you're addicted to in this video game that you've played for whatever long, that you had no part in making whatsoever, then boycott it. Stop playing it. I stopped playing Diablo Immortal because I didn't like the things I learned about the game. You can stop playing games. You don't have to play this game forever. You can go back to PUBG Mobile. You can go to Call of Duty Mobile. There's tons of other games on the horizon as well as that are available right now. But let's be real. None of them are going to compare to Farlight. So, as the lowly gamers that we truly are, humble yourselves, people. You can bitch and complain about the jetpacks being gone, and we can form Facebook groups and stuff and ultimately boycott the thing if you want. And maybe they'll change their minds. Probably not, though. Probably they're just going to do what they're going to do already. And as most major businesses do you think Walmart asks you, do you think we should add groceries to our store? Do you think, how about self checkout? How many of those should we have open a day? They don't ask you that shit, even though you are going in there every day. They don't care. It doesn't matter. But as gamers of a game, we feel compelled that like our voices should be heard. Otherwise, I guess we won't play the game. But where I'm going with that is, as mobile gamers, we really don't have that many options. So if you're a PC gamer, I understand completely just leaving Farlight and whatever. I guess. For jetpacks, it's kind of stupid in my opinion. It's kind of petty, but if you're not even willing to see what the next chapter is, I understand because you have infinite amount of games at your disposal to play. But as a mobile gamer, no, there's not really. You can play games that are 5 years old, or you can play games that are 1 year old. I'm probably going to play the one that's the newer one, as I am. All right, I just ranted like fucking crazy. I did not even mean to go that hard in the paint. Let's read some fucking comments here. And hello to you, Twitch. But it still can be good without them. Yeah, people just hate change. People hate change. And in this age of social media, people love complaining because it gives them something to talk about. It's like arguing in a relationship. I know some of you are young, so you're not even in your first relationships or whatever right now, but sometimes when people are in a relationship, they just argue because they actually don't know how to talk to each other. But they want to talk. They want to be heard, but they don't know how to actually voice it in a way that's going to be recepted well by the other person. They just want to be heard. That's what protests are, right? Just like shame, shame, Novotel, shame, shame. Like I knew a couple who were engaged in college. They were very young. I think they were 19 when they got engaged. I think she was pregnant or something. Maybe she got pregnant right after they got married. As they did get married, but the craziest part of the story is they'd get drunk and get angry at each other and start arguing with each other, and they would take their rings off and throw them at each other. It was the wildest thing I have seen a relationship do. I think one of it's top three. I've seen some crazy stuff. Seen some really crazy stuff. Oh man, but that was pretty intense. That's that's what I say about arguing people. It's like it's almost like I wish they didn't even announce the change and we just woke up one day and the change was here. I wonder what difference that would have. Do you think more people would play the game and then leave the game, or do you think people would just be like, "Oh, I guess this is what Farlight is now"? I think the jetpacks are just placeholders for now. Exactly. They'll be replaced soon. Placeholders. Oh, replaced. See, that's the thing is that they just have jump pads all over the place in like pretty awesome areas. Like if there's like one big jump pad at every town, for instance, not just in Carnival, that really adds something. And then if there's like, as I've seen in the new map, they have those zip lines and stuff. They have zip lines all over the place as well. Now we're having some fun. I'm taking a break from Farlight. Yeah, Watchmen's going to be so good. Oh yeah, well that's the thing. PUBG is that's what I'm saying. They keep on changing it and keeping it fresh. They want to keep it fresh. One thing PUBG I will say has always been good at is creating an ecosystem, almost like Apple, where you don't need to leave PUBG Mobile ever. Oh, you like racing? We'll put this racing mode in for you. Oh, you like just TDM? There's a deathmatch mode for you. You never have to leave. Oh, you like Tarkov? We got Metro Royale. Like never have to leave PUBG Mobile. You can live your whole life in PUBG Mobile. I just saw my life being played in PUBG Mobile, and it looked very boring. Um, like I said earlier, Apex doesn't have all these movement abilities, the fights. That's what I keep thinking about. That's what I keep thinking about. Now, that's something that I've also heard people complaining about is that there's no other abilities. It's like you're running or you're stationary, basically. You can crouch, but maybe like Cyber Hunter, we didn't have jetpacks, but we had three rolls, basically, if you did them back to back. Three rolls. I loved timing people when they were trying to get away, and I'd be like, okay, watching them with my sniper. They did one roll. There's the second roll and the third roll. Now he can't roll anymore. Now it's time to fuck him up. Well, dude, I am not even putting it past them, especially with the success. I think the success of Undawn, they're gonna and Lego Fortnite. I would not be surprised to see some type of homestead. I'm just going to call it a homestead, The Sims type of thing happening in PUBG Mobile so that you can do more with your avatar than just play Battle Royale or like killing games. Like, so that you can just like hang out. Like I talk about Undawn being like almost like a VR chat, sort of like that. They're going to make PUBG Mobile's the everything game, just like Elon Musk wants Twitter to be the everything app. PUBG Mobile right now for mobile gamers arguably is the everything game. Call of Duty has it to a point, but nowhere near as popular or as strong, I don't think, as PUBG Mobile and as many different varieties and stuff. Um, so we talked about the downsides. I don't think I've seen too many other abilities other than Watchman's. And again, I think what we're about to see in Farlight is the removal of jetpacks, so a bit slower of gameplay to a point, but more robots, more abilities, more craziness. And I would give up the jetpack for more craziness. Um, like if all of a sudden you see like a guy in his like I don't know, just jetpacks jetpacks I've said it already a couple of times, but jetpacks are like so small compared to what the possibilities are without jetpacks. And the jetpacks, though they allow us to get to higher places, may actually have been restricting us as Farlight players from what this game truly could be without them, because the game has just been developed to support that narrative, if you will, that experience. Now that they don't have that, and this is what I was going to say earlier. You almost have to think about this. We got to be patient with them. Don't expect. I'm going to call it version 2. Don't expect version 2.1 to be perfect. They're rolling it out, so it's going to be raw. I would expect again, probably if we're calling next like the season 1, chapter 2, season 1, I would say chapter 3 or season 3 of chapter 2 is probably when again we're going to see the competition. We're going to see the game kind of flush out all the bugs and all the unbalanced stuff that have come from this update. But like any game being released, this is almost like a brand new game being released. You got to be patient because it's not going to be perfect when it's fully released, and people are going to be very upset. But once the water stills, then that's when we should have a realistic discussion about how good this game is and whether or not we want to devote some more time to it. But until then, honestly, for me, especially as a content creator and stuff, it's almost like hands up, let's get ready for the roller coaster. Shit's about to get crazy. It's almost like Donald Trump going back in the presidency or something for comedians or the news or something. They're like, I don't like him, but oh boy, we're going to have a lot of stories to talk about. So, any other thoughts on the jetpacks there, guys? Again, I think the biggest thing I keep thinking about is just like the map is not set up to not have jetpacks. So I hope they've thought about that and have fixed that or done something about that, or will do something about that. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of places that we can no longer get to very easily. And that's going to be the biggest change. I'm going to get killed so many times trying to like jump up walls that I could otherwise just jetpack up. Outside of that, I didn't watch the video, but all I can say is I hope they do a map rotation of some sort because as much as I don't mind the map, whatever it is, Isle City or whatever, variety is good. And just like losing the jetpacks, and we'll be able to be like, do we like this or do we not like this? Because right now we only know what this is. We only know what jetpacks is. We don't know what no jetpacks is. So until we know what no jetpacks is, it's kind of crazy for us to say whether we like it or not. Anyways, I just lost my thought thinking about that. Anyways, nothing else here with the great Farlight 84 jetpack debate. I think we made some good points. Play this. Should I play this? Should I play this?
Sitting in my mom's basement, typing on the screen, got nothing better to do except us in the seat, arguing with kids about video games. Oh, what a thrill! Frustrated adults with too much time to kill.